Hi, Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider. So I'm going to show you a little bit about saddle placement. When you put your saddle on the horse, you're trying to put it so your tree begins right after the shoulder blade. So on this horse, Sienna, right here, the tree is going to start beneath this concho and go to about here. So when you're putting it on the horse, I'm trying to feel her shoulder and make sure that the concho is right behind her shoulder. Some people will put the saddle too far forward and then you're actually riding up on top of their shoulders, and some people will put it too far back and you'll end up riding on the horse's kidneys back here. So you're trying to put it in good placement so you're able to balance on the horse and make the horse comfortable as you're riding. So I'm going to take the saddle off so you can see where I'm talking about. So we have a shoulder blade ourselves, which is right here. This is the horse's shoulder blade here. You'll feel an indentation right here, and that's where your horse's shoulder blade stops. If your horse is fat, it'll be harder to feel, so you might have to dig your fingers in to feel it. So again, this is where you want your tree to start, is right behind the shoulder blade, and then coming here. If you see your horse has a dip in its back, you want to make sure you get a saddle that has some curve to it, or what they call rock to it. If the horse has a very flat back, then you don't want a saddle that has a curve to it because that'll dig in more. So with something like this, I usually have a pad that I can shim, and I put pads in here to help build this area up to make sure my saddle has good contact with the horse, and then when it has a sweat mark, you should see a good sweat mark here. So if we know we want our saddle to start behind here, and you put the saddle pad on, again, the tree is going to start here where the first shim is on this horse. So when I put it on, you can feel the shoulder blade. So you can put your hand behind it, so it should start right here, and that helps you to figure out where to put your saddle on. So as you put your saddle on, and it's probably bunched up on the other side, but you're trying to make sure that you feel their shoulder blade, and then that first concho is starting right behind that shoulder blade. That way you know you have your saddle in the correct position. And then you want to check everything. Walk around in the back. Make sure you have the saddle pad even, and always check the other side. And also make sure you pull the pad up off of the horse's neck, and make sure you have room underneath your saddle here, and that you have room underneath here so it's not pushing down on their spine. Okay? So that looks pretty good, except for all my extra stuff on the saddle. So again, check where you're putting your saddle. A lot of people don't know the proper way, and they're kind of guessing, and they move it around. And I'll see saddles like this, which is too far forward. Again, her shoulder blade is way back here. So this is too far forward on the horse. And then this, of course, is way too far back, would be riding right here on her hip. Even this is too far back. You got to feel that shoulder blade. I'm still about that far from it. And try to get it in the correct position. Okay, hope that helps.